Hi my friends, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to create a card using the newest set from W+9, and I am super excited to be able to make this card with this stamp set. I actually showed it in one of my last hauls and raved about it, so if you haven't seen that video I will go ahead and link it in the cards. I apologize that I've been a little bit MIA on my channel. I actually did come down sick this past week, and it was just a insanely crazy week for me. So I did not get done what I wanted to as far as YouTube goes, but I think y'all understand life just happens sometimes. But good things happen, not so good things happen, stressful things happen, life happened. But today I'm going to be focusing on a happy spot, and that is bringing this card to you guys today. So we're going to first start off by doing a stamping from this stamp set. Excuse me. And if I go ahead and clear my throat quite a bit or whatever, I apologize. Like I said, I was sick this past week, and so I'm just now getting over all that. So I'm not quite 100% yet. But on the stamping, I used a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock or watercolor paper or whatever you want to call it. But it is Bristol Smooth. And I'm going to be using my Zig Cling Real Brush markers today. Thought it would be something different and get away from my Copics for a minute or two. And I thought it would just be super easy to go ahead and heat emboss this with some clear embossing ink, as well as put on top some black embossing powder. So that's what I did. And now I'm going to go ahead and color this image in. And one of the reasons why I liked coloring these images like this embossed, because it makes it so much easier just to kind of, for a lack of a better term, slap the color down. And that's more or less what I did, but I think, in my opinion, I think it turned out great. I'm really happy the way this flower turned out. I absolutely love sunflowers. It's one of my favorite flowers, especially this time of year. And it just makes me happy to see them. They're just a happy flower. So all the colors that I did use, excuse me, are listed above. And I did do them in the order that I listed them in the order that I used them. And so if you wanted to use those for reference, but I used the orange first, and then I did, kind of this color combination because I didn't have the best kind of rustic orange the way I wanted. I kind of had to create my own. So that's why you see me use the orange and then the brown together, and then I blend it out with my yellow. It really did give me that tone of a darkness of the orange that I wanted, closer toward the center of the flower. And it just, like I said, it just really turned out the way I envisioned it. So like I said, and you can see, yes, I sped up the video, but this went down super quick and super fast, and that's what I wanted. So I completely finished up my flower part. Now I'm going to work on the leaves, and I only used 2 colors. And if you also notice that I didn't use any water on this today, I used strictly the markers themselves, which, it's a good, change of pace a little bit, just using these markers as they are and not use any water, because you can do both. If you never used these markers before, you can use them with or without water, and they will blend beautifully, especially on this Bristol Smooth. So I highly recommend, if you go ahead and use these markers, to use the Bristol Smooth. It will make life much easier, I promise. So I'm going to be using the there's my computer. I'm going to be using the HEXAGON stackables here, or stackers, I think is what they call them. This is also from W+9. I think I mentioned that. But I thought I would do something a little different and do like an impression of 2 of these sizes. So I've got a piece of sweet corn cardstock here that I've cut down with a scallop rectangle from MFT. And I just impressioned those dies into my cardstock just for a little bit of something different on the cardstock. And then I used a couple of different other sizes to create a frame from some glitter cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. And I'm not exactly sure of the actual color name, but if I can find it, I will definitely link the actual color that I used down below. But the pack, I actually have the multicolor pack of this cardstock here, the glitter cardstock. And this is like one of the first times I'm using it after all this time that I've had it. I keep forgetting that I own it. But it's a beautiful cardstock, and the glitter does not flake off. It's a great quality glitter cardstock. So now I'm going to work on my sentiments once I've got that frame piece glued down. And I'm going to use my Mini Misty for that. So I'm going to use 2 different sentiments on the front of my card. And I'm going to place my die cut flower just for placement here. In the center of that, it's going to read, "You're the best." And then below that, I'm going to stamp down another sentiment from the same stamp set. "Friends like you are a blessing." Stamping that out with the Walnut ink from Fawn. And I just like the 2 sentiments on the outside like that. It just kind of pairs well together. And so now I'm going to give it just a little bit of dimension to the flower by adding a little bit of foam on the back here. And it's going to remove that release paper and then get that into place. And it all kind of, frames within itself, kind of like a geometrical look to it, but, has some softness with that sunflower. And I really do love how this card came together, I don't know, relatively quickly. Once I got going, I didn't have a plan or anything, and I usually don't have a plan more times than not. I kind of wing pretty much every card that I make. So, but I thought it would give some nice texture by adding or using my card base. I got a piece of WOODGRAIN cardstock, and this is actually from Simon Says Stamp. They don't have this anymore, unfortunately, but I can happily say now that Fawn does. So if you're interested in a cardstock like this, Fawn has some now. So I will link that below if you're interested in it as well, even though that's not the brand that I used in my card today. So I'm going to go ahead and add some foam tape to the back of my main panel here and get that onto my WOODGRAIN card base. Then I'm going to work on the inside here real quickly and take that same flower, stamp that in the same walnut ink that I used before for my sentiments. I'm going to stamp that out and then use one more sentiment from the same set. I can never say that. Oh my Lord. You guys, I'm sorry. But I'm going to use the thank you sentiment on the inside. And that will pretty much complete the whole entire card. Like I said, it came together relatively quickly. I would say, I don't know, a good maybe 20-25 minutes. If I were to pair it all together. Of course, I had to start and stop a lot. But anyway, that completes my card for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching and being patient with me since I've been gone a little bit. I will catch you all in the next video, and thank you so much for watching.